All right, let's dive into this. Financial videos. Seems like they're everywhere these days.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see.
So we've got a ton of stuff here from you guys. Articles, research papers, even some personal notes.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're all about leveling up your financial game, but maybe not so into the stuffy old ways of learning about money.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit much.
Exactly. So that's why we're tackling this trend head on. What is it about these videos that's got everyone hooked?
Yeah, I've noticed a huge shift. It used to be that finance was all hush-hush, super serious.
Yeah.
Now it's out in the open, it's engaging, it's even, dare I say, entertaining.
Right. Like, remember those massive textbooks? I'd open one up and my eyes would just glaze over.
Oh, yeah.
But these videos, they break it down, make it snappy, visuals, relatable hosts. And speaking of relatable, did you know there are finance people on TikTok now?
Really?
Yeah, like 15-second investing tips. Wild.
I've seen some of that. They're using humor, jumping on trends, making it less scary, especially for younger folks.
Right. Makes you wonder, is this just a fad, or is this a whole new era of how we learn about money?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. Is it just the novelty, or are they filling a gap that the traditional stuff missed?
I think it's more than just novelty. People are hungry for this knowledge, but in a way that feels, I don't know, empowering, not intimidating.
I see what you mean. It's like, hey, you got this. Money stuff doesn't have to be scary.
Exactly.
Totally agree. I used to think investing was just for, like, Wall Street types. But after watching a few videos, I was like, wait, I can actually grasp this. But okay, there's so much content out there. How do you know what's good? What makes a good financial video, in your opinion?
Well, looking at what you guys sent in, one word pops up over and over: clarity.
Okay, makes sense.
A good video should make even the complicated stuff easy to digest. But without dumbing it down,
Yeah, no jargon overload, right?
No way.
Yeah.
And the visuals matter too. Charts, animations, real-life examples, stuff that brings it to life.
Yeah, like showing, not just telling. It's one thing to read a recipe, it's another to watch someone cook it.
Exactly. But of course, visuals are just the icing.
Right.
The content itself has to be solid. If the advice is bad, who cares how pretty the video is?
So true. How do we know if the advice is legit, actually actionable?
One of the studies you sent actually looked into that. Credibility was a huge concern for viewers.
Makes sense.
They want to know, is this person qualified, trustworthy? Can I actually rely on what they're saying?
So it's not just about being entertaining, it's about having the knowledge to back it up.
Right. It's like, are you walking the walk, not just talking the talk?
How can people check that, though? Do we all need to become, like, financial detectives?
Well, certifications are helpful for sure, but there are other things to look for.
Okay, like what?
Track record, for one.
Mm-hmm.
Have they been accurate in the past? Do they show their sources? That kind of transparency is key.
Right, you want to know if they're genuinely trying to educate or just pushing a product? Okay, so we've got our checklist. Credibility check, clear explanations, engaging visuals, and actionable advice. That's a solid starting point.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What kind of topics are these videos covering?
Budgeting is huge, right? It's all over the notes you guys sent.
For sure. Budgeting's the foundation of personal finance.
It is, yeah.
And it's something everyone can relate to. We all want to manage our money better, and these videos are giving practical tips on how to do that.
I know, I struggled with budgeting for years. It felt like this big, restrictive thing.
Yeah, it can feel that way.
Then I found this video that explained it in a way that just clicked. It was like a light bulb moment.
It's amazing how a shift in perspective can make all the difference, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's not one size fits all either.
Yeah.
Some people love spreadsheets, some people need an app. These videos help you figure out what works for you.
Exactly. It's about finding your own system.
Speaking of systems, saving goes hand in hand with budgeting. One of the articles from Footloose, I think, talked about these financial challenges online. Oh yeah, those are interesting.
People sharing their saving strategies, motivating each other. It's like a digital support group.
It's great, right?
Yeah.
Taking the shame out of talking about money, making it a communal thing.
Yeah. And it's motivating, too. Seeing others reach their goals can be really inspiring. Okay, so we've got budgeting, saving, then we level up to investing. That's where things get really interesting, and it's definitely a hot topic in all the stuff you guys sent in.
Investing is definitely having a moment. It used to be so shrouded in mystery.
Yeah.
But these videos are breaking it down, explaining things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds,
ETFs, all that stuff.
making it feel accessible to everyone. You don't need a finance degree to understand the basics.
I remember when I first tried to learn about investing, I was so lost. It was like a foreign language.
It can be, yeah.
Then I found this YouTube channel that used like fun graphics and analogies. Suddenly it all made sense.
The power of good teaching.
Yeah.
Right. And what I find really interesting is the emphasis on long-term wealth building in a lot of these videos.
Right. Not just getting rich quick.
It's about smart decisions that pay off over time. A much more responsible approach, you know.
Definitely a refreshing change from all the make $1 million overnight scams out there.
Yeah, those are not doing anyone any favors.
Okay, so we've got budgeting, saving, investing. Can't forget about debt, though. That's a reality for a lot of people, unfortunately.
It is, and it can be a really heavy weight to carry.
But these videos offer strategies for tackling debt, fixing credit scores, avoiding those financial traps.
It's about empowering people to take control, showing them there's a way out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I might be in debt, but I'm not helpless.
And they get specific, too. You know, student loans, credit card debt, mortgages.
Yeah.
Which can be really helpful because different kinds of debt require different strategies.
Makes sense. And on a broader note, I'm seeing more and more videos about economic trends and how they affect us personally.
Yeah, with everything going on in the world, that's become super relevant.
It is. Like, how do interest rates affect my mortgage? What does inflation mean for my grocery bill?
Exactly. It's about connecting the dots between those big economic forces and our everyday lives.
Right, because those big forces have real-world consequences for all of us.
They really do. And understanding them can help us make smarter choices, navigate uncertainty better.
It's like having a translator, helping us decode the financial jargon and make sense of it all.
That's a great way to put it.
All right, so we've covered a lot. Budgeting, saving, investing, debt, even economic trends. Amazing how these videos are making all this stuff engaging and accessible.
Right.
But now I'm curious, where is everyone finding this content? What platforms are we talking about here?
Well, let's start with the OG, the granddaddy of them all, YouTube.
Oh, yeah. YouTube's got everything.
It's like a financial video library. You could find a channel for literally any aspect of personal finance.
Right, and some of these channels are huge.
Yeah, you've got people like Graham Stephan, Andre Cheek, The Financial Diet.
Those are big names in the finance world for sure. What makes them stand out, though? Is it their style, their content? What's the secret sauce?
Each one has a unique flavor, but they all nail those key things we talked about. Informative, engaging, credible. Take Graham Stephan, for example. He's all about practical advice, real-life examples.
I like his videos. He's not afraid to be like, hey, I messed this up too. Makes him relatable.
Yeah, exactly. He shares his journey, his mistakes, and that makes him really authentic.
Then you've got Andre Cheek, who's fantastic at explaining investing, especially for visual learners.
Oh, yeah. His videos are packed with charts, graphs, animations. Makes it all click visually.
I can see why people love his stuff. And what about the Financial Diet? They seem to have a different approach.
They do. They take a broader view, you know. It's not just about numbers. It's about your overall relationship with money. Mindful spending, career advice, that kind of stuff.
I like that. It's more holistic, right? It's about well-being, not just wealth.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got YouTube as the big player, but we're also seeing this explosion for finance influencers on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other world.
Why do you think that is? Is it just about reaching younger people, or is there something more to it?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Honestly. Those platforms are where younger generations live.
Right.
But it's also about the format. Short, snappy, attention-grabbing. Perfect for quick tips, financial hacks, motivational stuff.
It's like finance on the go. Scroll through your feed, pick up a budgeting tip in 15 seconds.
Exactly. And that shareability factor is huge, too. People are sharing these videos, talking about them, spreading the knowledge.
Just like finance is cool now. Who would have thought?
Right. But it's not all quick hits and sound bites. For people who want a deeper dive, there are platforms like Coursera and Udemy.
Oh, yeah. Those are great for structured learning.
They offer full-fledged courses taught by experts. It's like taking a college class online.
Right. You can learn at your own pace, go back and review stuff. Some even offer certifications.
Yeah, if you want to really level up your skills, those are great options.
It's amazing how many different avenues there are now for learning about money. It's like a whole new world has opened up.
It really has.
Now, stepping back for a second, what do you think about the overall impact of these financial videos? Are they just a fad, or are they actually changing how we think about money?
I honestly think they're having a profound impact.
Okay, in what way?
It's about accessibility, you know?
Okay.
Financial knowledge used to be so exclusive. Now it's available to anyone with an internet connection.
Yeah, it's democratizing finance in a way.
Exactly. And that's incredibly empowering. People who might have felt excluded before are now finding resources that speak to them.
It's like breaking down those barriers.
Yeah, it's like saying, hey, you deserve to understand this stuff too.
Right.
And when people understand their finances better, they make better choices.
Right. They budget better, save more, invest smarter.
It creates a ripple effect, not just for individuals, but for society as a whole.
It makes sense. A financially literate population is a stronger population.
Exactly.
But there are some potential downsides too, right? Some of the research you sent highlighted those as well.
Yeah, there are definitely some things to watch out for.
Okay, so what are the pitfalls? What should people be wary of?
Well, just like with any kind of media, it's crucial to be a critical consumer.
So don't just believe everything you see.
Exactly. Not all content is created equal. You got to evaluate the source, the information, any potential biases.
So we need to be savvy financial detectives.
In a way, yes. Remember, these videos are a starting point.
Yeah.
They can give you a foundation, but you might need to dig deeper, do your own research, even consult with a professional.
It's about using them as a tool, not relying on them blindly.
Exactly.
So wrapping up this part of our deep dive, the key takeaway seems to be financial videos are a powerful tool for learning about money, but be discerning, be critical.
I couldn't agree more.
It's an exciting world to explore, but it's important to remember that financial education is a journey, not a destination.
Right. It's a lifelong process.
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll explore the bigger picture. How are these videos impacting society as a whole, and are there any creators out there who are really making a difference?
I'm looking forward to it. It's crazy to think how much things have changed. It used to be the good financial advice was like this exclusive thing.
Oh, yeah, like you had to pay a fortune for it.
Right. Only the super rich could afford those fancy advisors.
It was like there was this barrier for regular people.
Totally.
Yeah.
But now, with all these videos, all this free or, affordable information online, that barrier's disappearing. Yeah. Anyone can learn about investing, budgeting, building wealth. It's a whole new ball game.
It's like we're all getting this crash course in personal finance, but from our living rooms.
Exactly. And it's not just about, like, individual empowerment. It's about the bigger picture, too.
What do you mean?
Well, when more people understand money, it creates a more stable economy. Less debt, less impulsive spending,
Yeah.
It benefits everyone.
Right. It makes sense. A financially savvy population is a stronger population.
Exactly. And there's even talk about how this could help with economic equality.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Some of the sources you sent talked about that. When everyone has the chance to learn about managing money, investing.
It levels the playing field a bit.
Right. It gives everyone the potential to achieve financial well-being no matter where they come from.
So it's not just about personal success, it's about creating a fairer system for everyone.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And on a personal level, I think learning about finances, even though it can seem daunting at first, it really reduces stress in the long run.
Oh, absolutely. It's about shifting from fear and uncertainty to knowledge and control.
Yeah.
Having the confidence to make informed decisions that align with your goals.
It's like that feeling when you finally figure something out. You're like, aha, I get it now. I can actually handle this. But let's talk about the creators for a minute.
Yeah, the people making these videos.
They have a lot of influence, especially on younger audiences.
Huge influence. Yeah. And with that comes a lot of responsibility.
Right. Absolutely. So what are the ethical considerations here? What should these creators be thinking about?
Well, first and foremost, transparency is key.
Makes sense.
They need to be upfront about their qualifications, their experience, any potential conflicts of interest. Are they certified? Do they have a proven track record? Are they sponsored by someone? It's about building trust with the audience.
It's like being open and honest.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, this is who I am. This is my background.
Yeah, letting people make informed judgments.
And then, of course, the advice itself has to be accurate.
Absolutely. Accuracy is paramount. The information they're sharing needs to be well-researched, evidence-based, clearly sourced.
Yeah, we don't want people making decisions based on bad information. That could be disastrous.
Exactly. It's about backing up your claims with credible sources, data, research. And I think just as important is being mindful of the impact their advice could have.
What do you mean by that?
They need to avoid making those, get-rich-quick promises or guaranteeing returns.
Right, that can set people up for failure.
Exactly. Investing always carries risk. There's no magic formula for instant wealth.
It's about being realistic, not selling a fantasy.
Exactly. And I think it's also important to encourage viewers to be critical thinkers.
Oh, yeah. Don't just take everything at face value.
Right. Do your own research, question what you hear, maybe even consult with a professional.
It's about being an active participant in your financial education, not just passively absorbing information.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And this is crucial, no matter who you're learning from. You should never blindly follow anyone's financial advice.
Okay, good point.
No matter how qualified they seem or how popular they are online, do your own research, understand the risks, and make decisions that align with your own goals and risk tolerance.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's your money, your future.
Exactly. It's inspiring to see how these videos are encouraging people to take ownership.
It's empowering.
It's like they're saying, hey, you don't need to be a financial guru to manage your money well. You can learn, you can grow, and you can achieve your goals.
It's about taking control, right? Not feeling helpless or overwhelmed.
Exactly. And that's what I love about this whole movement. It's breaking down those barriers and making financial knowledge accessible to everyone.
It's a good thing, for sure.
It really is. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys, the listeners. What are your thoughts on all this? Have you found any videos that have changed your perspective on money or inspired you to take action?
Yeah, what topics are you interested in learning more about? We'd love to hear your stories and insights.
But before we wrap up this part, I want to leave you with a question to ponder. Now that you're aware of this world of financial videos, what are your aspirations? What do you want to achieve financially?
What steps are you going to take to get there? Remember, knowledge is power, and you now have access to a ton of resources to help you turn those dreams into reality.
So go out there, explore, learn, and start building the financial life you deserve.
You know, it's amazing how much the conversation around money has changed. It used to be all secretive, like you weren't supposed to talk about it.
Oh yeah, it was taboo.
Now it's like everyone's sharing their experiences, their tips, their struggles online in videos. It's a whole new world.
It really is. And one of the things I find most exciting is this focus on entrepreneurship and wealth creation.
Oh yeah, that's everywhere.
It's not just about managing what you have. It's about creating more, building something.
It's inspiring, right?
Totally. It's like, hey, you don't have to settle. You can be innovative, take risks, build something amazing.
Yeah, like break the mold, create your own path.
Exactly. One of the studies you sent actually found a link between watching these videos and an increased interest in starting a business.
Really?
Yeah, it's like they're planting seeds, showing people that entrepreneurship is a real possibility.
It's like they're making it less scary, more attainable.
Right. And it's not just about traditional businesses either. It's online stuff, e-commerce, freelancing, even investing for passive income.
It's about diversifying, having multiple streams of income.
Which is so important for long-term security.
I'm a big believer in that. Having multiple income streams gives you a safety net, opens up more opportunities.
Totally agree. It's about taking control, not being reliant on just one source of income.
And these videos show you how to do that, right?
Yeah. They give you practical advice like how to develop a business plan, get funding, market your product, manage your finances.
It's like a roadmap for success.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, it's not always easy.
Oh, for sure.
Entrepreneurship takes work, dedication, a willingness to learn and adapt. There will be bumps in the road.
It's a journey, not a sprint, right?
Exactly. But with the right mindset and support, it can be incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely. Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive, I want to circle back to something we talked about earlier, being discerning consumers of information.
Yeah, that's so important.
With so much content out there, it's easy to get swept up in the excitement.
It is, and not everything is created equal. You got to be critical.
So, red flags, what should people watch out for?
The big one is get-rich-quick schemes. Any promise of guaranteed returns, be wary.
Okay, if it sounds too good to be true.
It probably is. Investing always involves risk. There's no magic bullet.
Right, that's a good reminder. What else?
Lack of transparency. If someone's not willing to share their qualifications, their experience, their potential conflicts of interest, that's a red flag.
So be cautious if they're being secretive.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to do your own research. Don't just take someone's word for it. Look into their claims. Check their sources.
It's about being proactive, right?
Yeah, taking ownership of your financial education.
It's not about blindly following someone. It's about learning and making your own informed decisions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember, this is a journey. Financial education is a lifelong process. There's always more to learn.
The landscape is constantly changing, so you got to stay curious.
Absolutely. Keep learning. Keep asking questions.
And don't get overwhelmed. Start with the basics, find resources that resonate with you, and build your knowledge step by step.
You don't have to become a financial expert overnight. It's about taking small, consistent steps.
Well said. Well, that brings our deep dive into the world of financial videos to a close. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It has. From the rise of financial influencers to the ethical considerations to the power of these videos to inspire and empower.
It's clear that financial education is changing, becoming more accessible and engaging than ever before.
And that's something to celebrate. Hopefully you guys, the listeners, feel inspired to take control of your finances, shape your own future.
That's what we hope for. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it informative, maybe even a little bit life-changing. And until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and keep striving towards those financial goals.